Occurred the 6th of March 2005, 5 hours 7 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape: chevron. Duration: 7 seconds. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object. Succession of sightings: chevron was 5 times higher than its lower counterpart, both of them big and silently fast. Early in the morning, 2 hours before sunrise, I had the first of 2 significant sightings of something silent and unknown grand proportions. At 5:07 a.m., off to my left from the north appear 5 light white lights in a chevron or half-oval shape. At arm's length, about 2 inches wide, move due south, from about 45 degrees above horizon to around the same angle south. It crossed roughly 90 degrees of space in at most 7 seconds, before going out of view. I know this because of unsuccessfully trying to videotape it upon audio playback of my description. I also realize that estimating altitude is unlikely to be very accurate when you get past a few hundred feet because of the given unknown size involved, even with tall trees for a background. However, because I have a further reference to a similar object much closer at around 200 feet, using the length of my side yard as a close comparison, the first sighting would be close to 1,000 feet because it was 5 times smaller in relative size. Weather conditions: clear, but humidity was 90% and temperature was seasonally cold at 28 degrees but without much wind. The subsequent encounter was much closer, I believe to be the same type of craft. Happened at 5:12, just 5 minutes later, of which I will file in a separate follow-up report.
Occurred the 21st of August 2005, 21 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape: fireball. Duration: 3 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: changed color as they got closer. They became a brighter orange. When they met, there was a huge burst of orange, like a fire in the sky. Something orange caught my attention at about 9:30 p.m. At first I thought it might be an airplane, but a few seconds later, I saw another small orange light headed toward the first. As the two got closer to each other, they became brighter orange and cone-shaped. When the two met, there was a burst of very bright orange-red light, almost like a fire. The burst was large and lasted about 1 minute and then completely disappeared. It wasn't like an airplane crash, there were no falling debris and there was no sound.
Occurred the 24th of November 2005, 18 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape: light. Duration: 1 minute. No of observers. 0 white light. Suddenly gone. I was sitting in my hot tub and looked up and saw a single bright light flying overhead. I thought it was probably an airliner, but it didn't blink different colors like they usually do. It was a steady white light. What is really odd is that it suddenly disappeared. I was following its path, and it should not have been out of sight if it had continued on a direct path. Very odd. Do not know if anyone else is seeing something and then not seeing something. It is really only noteworthy due to its sudden disappearance and lack of similarity with other aircraft lighting.
Occurred the 21st of February 2007, 20 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape: orb. Duration: 40 min. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, changed color. Descending bright white light in the sky lasting for 45 minutes, visible from the Midwest USA in the PM. Earth coordinates: latitude 39.4669 degrees, longitude -87.3781 degrees. February 21, 2007. February 22, 2007. Bright light visible from these coordinates between the hours of 2000 and 2045, descending steadily from 145 degrees elevation with respect to the Earth's horizon down to the horizon. Bright white light alternating sporadically from white to red, then back to white. 1/20th as bright as an eighth moon, and 5 times brighter than an airplane landing lights. similar in nature to a satellite in motion, which are normally barely visible to the naked eye if visible at all. The main difference between a satellite and this is the amplitude of brightness and the alternating color. One other similarity to a satellite is the cyclical nature in which it appears. One way or another, this is an extraterrestrial object. I have spent a reasonable amount of time tracking satellites which are tracked and publicized as visible from these coordinates. Having been unable to identify a man-made object in this orbit which emits this type of light, I have no choice but to classify this as a UFO sighting.
Occurred, the 11th of May 2007, 0 hours 48 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape, circle. Duration, 3 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics, lights on object. The craft was spotted on Highway 40 near Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, a wetlands, and close to an airport with an Air National Guard. It was approximately 30 feet in diameter with bright lights on the bottom hovering 50 feet over the ground. Once the van was stopped, a low rumbling sound could be heard. The craft hovered slowly over the vehicle and rapidly disappeared.
Occurred, the 15th of November 2007, 22 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape, changing. Duration, 40 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics, lights on object, changed color. November 2007, sighting of strange object in Terre Haute, Indiana. This being the only time I've ever witnessed any unusual object in the sky, I was reluctant to report such. However, after seeing several videos online as well as interview clips on the History Channel, it is now my belief that I was one of many that witnessed this object or type of object. I had been outside in front of my house about 5 minutes when I had an urge to walk to the rear of my house. I felt like someone was back there. When I came to the backside of my house, I didn't see anyone standing around, but I immediately noticed what at first appeared to be cop lights just above the horizon approximately 3 to 5 miles away. At first the cop lights flashed randomly from red to blue, but then I noticed green and then yellow flashing as well. I went back inside to get a monocular to get a better look and also asked my girlfriend to come outside and take a look. As I viewed the object through the monocular, I noticed it randomly switched colors, red, blue, green, yellow, and also shapes. It first appeared like a diamond or 2 triangles with bottoms touching. Then the object went all white and became much larger momentarily. After about 15 seconds, the object appeared to get very small or possibly move away from me. When the object was all white, it appeared more like an oval or sphere. The object randomly shifted between colors, size and shapes the entire time I watched through the monocular or without the monocular. When I did use the monocular, I held it against the side of my house to ensure a steady view. The object appeared to go from complete stillness to bouncy and back. Again, everything seemed to be random. My girlfriend seen exactly what I was seeing, whatever that was. I myself was in the US Air Force and am certain it was not conventional aircraft of any sort that I have seen before or since. One odd note I should add is the fact that my girlfriend has had several experiences all of her life in terms of seeing strange objects and beings. She has had geometric patterns appear on her tongue that change in shape and appear to be cut into her tongue, only to vanish within a few days. Not witnessed by myself, but several of her family members. She also has a strange bump just under the skin on her left calf. It's been checked by a doctor, now years ago, but was considered a calcium anomaly. With reports of alien implants, I thought perhaps with everything she has experienced, perhaps there's more to it. More specific details of this experience are available upon request.
Occurred, the 5th of September 2009, 20 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape, fireball. Duration, 10 minutes. No of observers. 3 characteristics, aura or haze around object. I don't know what it was, but it looked like something on fire streaking through the sky. It was just like watching a plane go by but with no noise, and whatever it was on fire. By the time we got the camera outside and ready, it had went further away and just kind of dimmed out.
Occurred, the 2nd of December 2009, 6 hours 35 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Terre Haute, Indiana, USA. Shape, orb. Duration, seconds. No of observers. 1 multiple white lights orbiting full moon. The 12th of February 09. Was out on deck letting cat out and looked at the full moon about 6:35 this AM. I was saying the Lord's Prayer and all of a sudden I saw a small white round light making an orbit around the lower right quadrant of the moon. Once it left my sight another one came, but going in the same direction, but appeared to be orbiting a different path also. This might have been either the same one or a second one. When I say orbit I mean it came from behind the moon 1/3 the way in diameter and looked as if it went across the lower right quadrant then disappeared. The speed was faster than conceivable. I do not have eye problems. It happened as I was saying the Lord's Prayer. I also got the feeling I was being shown something about how big God really was. Getting nearer to Christ's birthday, I had a feeling of knowing that he was really sent here from the heavens, if you get my drift. Makes me wonder if the Northern Star was really a UFO watching a virgin birth of the Lord. WHO was here to save us all. By the way, I am a registered nurse and not really all that religious. This morning I can say that I felt the power of God and saw it with my own eyes.